Accessible admissions, fostering equitable, accessible, and inclusive admissions through disability justice. Disability does not discriminate. It impacts people of all races, cultures, genders, sexualities, socioeconomic levels, and religions. Disability can be permanent, episodic, or temporary. 1 in 5 Canadians over age 15 has a disability. In BC, disability among K-12 students is on the rise. 82,786 students were labeled special needs in 2021 to 2022, an increase of 4,484 students or 6% over the previous year. Re-envisioning admissions through the lens of inclusion and disability justice is key to making higher education more accessible and supports post-secondary institutions' equity, diversity, and inclusion, or EDI work more broadly. What makes post-secondary admissions accessible? Accessible design, which includes accessible multimodal formatting, audio plus visual plus textual, plain language, and easy navigation, helps ensure that prospective applicants can locate and use admissions information. Clear policies, processes, and definitions. It can be difficult for students to find the information that they need in the current setup. By providing legal and plain language definitions of disability, resource pages with all information for applicants with disabilities, and admission deferral options, post-secondary institutions can help students navigate admissions processes and policies effectively. Multiple means of assessing applicants, such as special admissions categories, and multiple criteria for assessment, such as asynchronous options and interviews, allow applicants diverse options to share their knowledge and meet requirements. Supports should be clearly labeled and made available to applicants before they become students. These include interview flexibility, including in-person and online options, a support or help button, personal support options for applications, extra time for admissions tests, and accessible tests. Recommendations. Making admissions more equitable, inclusive, and accessible will take longer-term engagement and examination. However, there are steps that institutions can take immediately to make their admissions processes more accessible. Short-term recommendations can make a difference for applicants now. These include accessibility officers in admissions offices, accommodation offered during the application process, including entrance exams, not just after acceptance, accessible design for all admissions information sites, application portals, and policies, sites with all information necessary for students with disabilities, and public-facing processes that make it clear how students can locate support. Multiple admissions pathways, multiple pathways through programs, international student admissions processes that include information about accessibility and accommodation, opportunities for admission deferral and clear deferral policies, clear policy language, and clear and flexible standards for accommodation that align with provincial requirements, and institutional policies that are written with accessibility and disability justice in mind. By preparing appropriate resources and strategies, institutions can plan for long-term recommendations. Transformative recommendations will require a reimagining of post-secondary structures and processes, but represent what just and inclusive admissions should and could be someday. There needs to be a shift away from the medical model of disability, which forces individuals to receive a medical diagnosis and creates many barriers for applicants, students, and institutions. Moving to a social model of disability encourages the normalization of disability, with institutions building accessibility into all facets of operations so that accommodation is rarely needed. There should also be design for all learners, not just those at the quote-unquote margins. Mobilizing EDI and disability justice frameworks, including Universal Design for Learning, or UDL, to improve accessibility, clarify processes, offer supports, and address systemic oppression will benefit all learners.